Welcome, everyone, to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean Stacking the Money Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And as always, Daily Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Use a promo code JUICE. $10 bet turns into $200 in free bets if either team scores a touchdown. Good for college. Pro restrictions apply. I mean, Josh McDaniels, you're going on the list. I mean, you're getting coal in your stocking. What was that? How did you not cover? How did you not win? That was, and it's amazing because the Raiders have really blown some games this season. You remember that crazy comeback the Cardinals had against them. I think they had 4 double-digit blown leads, and this is just as bad as the rest of them. Like, how do you lose that game? 1-4 with the picks. We'll get through it, but man, Raiders, what are you doing? All right, Raiders 6.5. Josh Jacobs clearly injured. Yeah, let's give him 27 carries. 99 yards on 27 carries. So many crazy bad penalties. I think 2 separate times where the Rams tried to punt, they got first downs because of the Raiders' penalties. One, they tried to block a punt, and they just destroyed the punter. Another was offsides. Another stupid, unsportsmanlike where they just knocked the ball out of Baker's hands. Thomas Viola, who used to do the Betting Pros podcast, did a great tweet. The Raiders lost to a quarterback who had just been on the team for 2 days. Kind of reminds you of the time where the Raiders lost to a coach who had only been coaching the team for 3 days. How do you lose to Baker? He didn't know the playbook. They had 4 plays. All right. Rest of the props didn't look great. Powell over receiving yards. That didn't hit because I was basing it on Wolford, who had some chemistry with Powell. They did have a couple design screens for them. Of course, the Raiders blew it up. One thing they were able to figure out. So Powell didn't get his touchdown. Neither did Moreau on that DGen parlay. Derek Carr passing over yards didn't hit. I don't know how. I mean, I guess, giving the ball to Josh Jacobs 27 times. Devontae Adams had 1 target in the second half, 0 receiving yards, 71 yards in the first half. He was torching the hell out of Jalen Ramsey. Why would you not keep going back to him? I had a great tweet even about it. I tweeted out, when Jim Nantz goes to order breakfast, he shows a photo, and then it was of Jalen Ramsey to the waitress. If you haven't heard that story, it's amazing. Jim Nantz carries a laminated photo of the picture of toast, the level of darkness he likes his toast, and he shows it to the waitress so he gets his toast exactly right. Kind of a sociopathic move, if you ask me. But even more sociopathic, Josh McDaniels, Devontae Adams. Yeah, what am I missing? He's really good, and Jalen Ramsey couldn't guard him. 1 bright spot, Tutu Atwell, the over receiving yards hit. Almost on 1 play. I actually took him 2 there, but Josh McDaniels, you should be ashamed. I mean, that coaching performance is as ugly as Mark Davis's haircut. That's how bad it is. Hey, you know what's not bad? You know what's awesome? If you go to youtube.com/bettingpros, hit subscribe, comment on this video, and let's talk. What's a good thing to comment on? We can just go to your favorite NFL prop for Sunday, getting ahead on that. Maybe you like Stephon Diggs. If you like Stephon Diggs, or if you just like sweet autographed jerseys, youtube.com/bettingpros. Hit subscribe, comment on this video, automatically entered to win. All right, let's go. Bounce back spot. Good news is Josh McDaniels is not coaching any of these 3 basketball teams, although Doc Rivers has some Josh McDaniels in him. Lakers at Sixers. I'm taking the Sixers -3 over on DK. AD still has that illness. LeBron, they're both probable, so I think they'll play, but I can't imagine they're both going to be 100%. And they're a lot of travel. This is now game 3 of the road trip. Looking to fade them again here because the Lakers just aren't good on the road. 4-8 ATS on the road. This number is really small, in my opinion. And the flip side, the Sixers have been good at home. ATS 8-4, including 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games. Both teams are coming off losses, but I think the Sixers have a better chance of bouncing back. They lost to the Rockets. I think that was kind of embarrassing. Now they're at home in a big spot. The Sixers team, Embiid, I love Embiid. I love the process, but admittedly is a bit of a front runner at times. They play up and down to their competition, and I think they'll get up for this Lakers game. I do think they're a better team than the Lakers. I like them at home. I think this is just a get-right spot for the Sixers, and I think the Lakers' road struggles continue here against the 76ers. Embiid in his career against the Lakers, averaging 30 points and 10 rebounds. So good spot for Embiid to get right. Next up, little road favorite here. Toronto Raptors heading down to Orlando. I'm taking the Raptors -7 at the Magic and get that over on Unibet. I mean, Orlando, it's pretty obvious. They're struggling to score, 29th in the league. Raptors defense, meanwhile, 7th in points allowed. I like that discrepancy there. Raptors have also owned the Magic, 8-2 ATS, their last 10 games against the Magic, and this feels like a perfect time to fade the Magic. The Magic in general are a real up and down team. You know, they got some young guys who, you know, have some moments where they look pretty good, but still pretty young, pretty raw. Coming off a kind of surprising win over the Clippers, to me, this is the perfect time to fade the Magic. And the Raptors get a little confidence with their win over the Lakers, even though they were, you know, no AD, no LeBron. I still think they enjoyed that. But really why I like fading it, Banchero and Wagner, Banchero and Wagner for the Magic, -56 in plus-minus the last time they played the Raptors. I think the Raptors have some matchups going their way. So give me the Raptors laying 7. You know what you guys have going your way? A delicious steak. Oh, man. Bringing the steak video up again. YouTube.com/bettingpros if you want to see a delicious Omaha steak getting grilled up in action. My mouth is literally watering watching this footage of me grilling up a filet mignon with a nice piece of bacon wrapped around it. Again, do yourself a favor. Do your family a favor. Get some Omaha steaks going. Perfect gift for whoever in your life, and especially treat yourself. You know, how many times you get a Christmas gift you don't like? Give yourself the gift you know you're gonna love. Omaha Steaks. All you got to do, go to omahasteaks.com. They already have 50% off site-wide, and when you use the promo code JUICE, get an extra $40 off your order. Minimum order may be required, but omahasteaks.com, promo code JUICE. Helps me out, helps the show out. I mean, come on. Think of how many free picks we've given you over the years. Now it's time to reward yourself with some free steaks. Well, not really free, but if you're giving them to someone else, they get free steaks, and that's an amazing gift. Ignore the fact of how bad I did yesterday in Thursday Night Football. I mean, come on. I was fine to lose 16-10 and not cover that 6.5, but losing outright to Baker Mayfield and the Rams, like, what are you doing? You get real cute. You trot Wolford out there for 3 plays. It just messed up the whole prop mojo. Sean McVay is very, very annoying. Baker's going to get destroyed next week. That's what my prediction is. And the Raiders really should get rid of Josh McDaniels. I mean, what are you doing? These losses are unforgivable. All right, last pick, going over to college basketball. Washington Huskies catching 17.5 at Gonzaga. I mean, to me, this is way too big. I know Gonzaga is really good, but this is a rivalry game. Like, Washington is going to get up for this game. The Huskies are gonna get up. And Gonzaga, of course, is good, right? They're good every year, but they have had trouble covering these big spreads. They're only 2-7 ATS. Gonzaga, of course, as you'd imagine, very efficient shooting the ball, 22nd in the country in effective field goal percentage. However, Washington, pretty good at defending it, 55th in the country in effective field goal defense. You know, Washington defense also pretty good at defending the 3. They're 13th in the nation. You know, you play the 3s well. You have a good defense overall. Efficiency wise, like, that's going to make it hard for Gonzaga to get out to a massive lead. I know Gonzaga's offense is really good, but Washington's defense, to me, is close enough to keep this a game. Plus, you throw in the rivalry factor, and 17.5 is just way, way too much. So, for Friday night, give me Washington. The Huskies, plus 17.5 at Gonzaga, 1 unit over on DK. Give me the Raptors, -7 at the Magic over on Unibet for 1 unit. And last but not least, give me my Philadelphia Sixers, -3 on DK for 1 unit. As always, follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Check out my other podcast, the Sports Gambling Podcast. You know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.